Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 22nd of July. So this count that I've got here, I'm quite comfortable with this particular count because we were looking at BHP and FMG and Rio and so on. So 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. In fact, that 4 needs to go over here. Sorry about that. And then we're looking for 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 here coming in. So we may make it to the 6,500. We certainly need to make it above the level 3, the number 3 here for this, and that will give us 5 of minor degree structure there. So yeah, so as I mentioned before, when we looked at FMG is one of them here, because it's okay comparing these because these stocks need to play out their counts, and they're quite clear here. I can really see that it's got an A, B, C here, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So they're very clean, and A, B, C here on this low here, which is the 22nd of June, which is kind of important because that's where the ASX one will come in on the 22nd of June, just in here somewhere. Well, actually it's a day out because it trades around the clock. But that's a nice count here. So this has got a little bit further to go in here, and we'll look at that with BHP on that one. So with we've also got New York BHP, which is the same pattern as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1 and 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And I'm thinking that the S&P 500 can also be moved into this, and I was experimenting with that early this morning, so I'll present that to tomorrow. And then BHP here for this here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I remember we were working through all of this, if you remember. So I kind of know the details a little bit. And then wave 4 down here on the 22nd of June again as well for this one. So that's where that blue wave 4 has landed, and then we're going up through here. So BHP would like to get up to 40, and now that it's got 38 here as a reasonable support, if I go into the tick chart here and just pick it up from this wave 4 here, it will give us a bit, because we're looking for 5 waves between wave 4 and wave 5 here. So just bring in the tick chart here. Little bit tricky to count here, but the main thing is that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when we're talking about the middle, these things, so we can see that this is the beginning here. This is a series of 1s and 2s and 1s and 2s and 1s and 2s here, and then the market starts to spread out a little bit, which probably the most powerful point in the structure is here. So I could probably say that right there is the center of the trend, even though we're not finished up here with this yet, and we could be looking, of course, at 40 here for this. So the other thing here is that the beginning of the trend and the end of the trend are quite similar. So just sort that out there. It's a medium level here at 4. So all the 1s and 2s we get here, and then we get the third wave coming in here, and then we're going to get a series of 4s and 5s coming in here. So it gets also jagged. You can kind of pretty much take this here, grab this here and invert it and flip it on its head and put it back over this way, because that's what it will look like. So I can see parts of it here. I can see in the middle here we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to those ones there. So that would be 1 and 2 to here. So that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up to this point. So that would be that one. Then we've got this wave 1 here and 2 here, which would take all of that. And then we've still got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this. I'd have to get in there and have a closer look at that. We've got this one here. So I can still see we've got sort of 3 to unfold here. So we've still got, in this pattern here, we've still got, I can't draw on the tick chart here, unfortunately, but I can draw on this side. So we've probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've probably got at least 3 more tops to come in after this top comes in here for this to finish off here. So it gives us a bit of an idea of sort of where we are with this in that regard. So the only spanner in the works with the resources is that, let me just check on iron ore for a moment. So this is iron ore here. I'll just go to Rio first, if that's cool. So Rio's got a completely, well, same but different. But in this case here, I can look at this here, I know there's overlapping wave structures when we look at, well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, but we could also look at it, you know, as a sort of ending triangle into wave 1 there and 2 there. Either way, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd and 4th here, and then the 5th here. So in this case, it looks like, I mean, this will be the beginning, this will be the middle, and still got the end to go here. So we've got that old high here, between that old high and 110, we'll push up into, and then it will fold back here. So in a way, this is really sort of leading, really, in a way. It's kind of in front of the other ones, you know, because the other markets haven't even gotten to this wave 3 yet. So it does chuck a bit of a spanner in the works, but it's just something that we need to be aware of, and we'll work through and we'll just observe it. Yeah, so that's the spanner in the works, that one. And iron ore here. Well, we've been monitoring this for a little while now, haven't we? So in this trend anyway, when we had this first wave 1 here and 2 here, we noticed we had 5 waves here, so we're looking for it to move up. So it moved up to wave 3, 4 and 5. I've labelled it wave 1 here only because it's got a corrective move in here, and the safe trade would be here, and of course the exit would be at the major trading level here. There will be 5 waves in this sequence here as well, so there will be a correction there. What I do need to go over now is to have a look at these situations here to see, you know, if I need to do anything here, like put the B wave here and the C wave here or something, and then expand this up here in terms of moving this wave 1 to here and this wave 2 to here. This is what I need to check on, and then that would make wave 3 here and wave 4 here and wave 5 in line with Rio at that point. But you know, the other point here is that we're going to be looking at, well, there's probably 5 waves in this that are not finished yet, right? But we should see some sort of something like this here with this, some sort of thing like here. So eventually it will vibrate here for a little while, but eventually we'll just observe it and to see if it becomes the support over here. So this will be in line with Rio doing its thing, because it also needs to trade a bit higher in all of this as well. So in a way with Rio here, I mean, 1 is the strongest number in the market. So this is kind of like the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and it's probably got a little bit more to go there. I'll just copy that and put that at 110 there, because that it can go into anywhere into that space. But the main point here is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the ABC pattern that's going to play out here. And then hopefully, well, not hopefully, well, because, you know, the thing is that this move here is corrective, yeah, and now we've got 5 waves here. So because we've got 5 waves here, that means that after a correction, we're going to get another 5 waves to the upside. So we're going to be looking at, you know, looking at this distance here, for example, just take it to here. that's going to be the minimum. Oops, a daisy. That's going to be the minimum here for this here. So this is the exciting bit, I think, for resource traders and commodity traders, because yeah, this here really just makes wave 1 here, and then back for wave 2 here, and then up for wave 3 here. So this is the one that we want. This is payday, this one here. This is the third wave here. This is like in this structure here, we can see what wave 1 and then wave 2 and then wave 3 here is the sort of longest and the strongest. It went quite nicely from one major level to the next major level here. So that's what we'll be looking at over here. So we just need this correction here. So, and this is also a good indicator as well, because I know there's trade wars going on and so on, but you know, we've still got the best iron ore, and China needs it. You know, it's quality, it's shorter shipping routes than Brazil, and so on, and more dependable and so on. So yeah, this is going to, and China's coming into the recovery of the COVID thing. So yeah, this will be a good trade. So we'll definitely tune into that. Sorry for raving on so much. I'm just thinking and talking at the same time. So yeah, coming back here for this, this is the count that we've been looking at with BHP and FMG and so on, except for Rio. So we'll stay with this one for the time being. I'm just seeing how that could fit with Rio as well. Possible, but no, not quite. Yeah, so all we're looking for here next is a push above this wave 3 here. So we know that looking at BHP, we've got all of this week to go to keep continuing to push higher. So that's where the commodities will take us. Yeah, for another little move to the upside. So let's just go in and have a look at this. I have to say, counting some of this in here, especially this last little bit in here, is a little bit tricky. But we'll just do the best we can. So just bringing this into the picture, into the fold here. So we're looking at, this is not quite the 22nd of July, it's the 25th here, so it's in front a little bit, but that was the low for the other market. So I think that kind of really helps lock that in for me. And then we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1, and then over here for 2. And then we've got to start counting these. Now, if I count this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, then we've got overlapping wave structures here. So I don't know if we should count this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and deal, you know, and take it, and then look at this one here, or go for 1 and 2 and then 1 and 2 here, and so on. This will remain positive. This is what we still have to go through up here. We've still got to get a few more waves in here to finish this off here to get to wave 3 here. So this is all valid really as long as the 6,100 stays in play here. Okay, if that becomes the resistance, or you know, moves in below all of that, then we've got a bit of a problem at that particular point there. So just bear that in mind there. That 100 is going to be a little bit critical in that regard, but otherwise we should just push up into here. Today's Wednesday. Wednesday in the bullish weekly cycle is down in the morning and then up in the afternoon, and then Thursday opens higher and then closes lower, so that might take care of wave 4, and then Friday and Monday can be the bullish days to finish this off there. So that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, I can go in a bit further here with this, but it just gets a little bit messy. I'm not quite sure how to count it at this stage. As I mentioned, wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and then looking at this as 5 up here, another push up here for this wave 5 here. But I'm not quite sure if that's the way. I'm not sure if that's the right count. But what I could say is that the 6,100 needs to remain as the support. Now, if you're going to trade long again here, you can see that on the 1 hour chart here, the stochastics, which is very good for Elliott, and the all the little wave structures. So we can see that it's quite low here and buying opportunity here. So it would be pretty safe to assume that we're going to see a bit of a bounce off this low here. So you could use the robo method, or you could just gravitate over to the closest largest number in this case. So we could look at two numbers here. So first of all, we've got 100 and 200 here. So then you know that we've got 10, 20 and 30 in here. So 30, and then we've got 50, which is the midpoint. So I would suggest that once the 30 becomes the support here, then get a small position, and then also get a small position on top of the midpoint, the 50 here, and then bring the stop up under that, move that, once the 150 becomes the support, then bring the stop up under the current low here, wherever that may be at that point in time. Alrighty, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.